Yeah, the weather's getting worse. Look at it now. Oh! Just went through a massive puddle then, by the way. So on days like these, I think to myself, why am I here? Okay, there's the start. Look at the weather. It's absolutely horrendous. Check out that river. Flipping heck.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, Marshall. Here they come, heroes. Good morning. It is 10 to 8 on Saturday the 9th of December, and you probably know that the weather forecast is absolutely flipping terrible. Double drops on the BBC weather forecast icon. It's going to be torrential rain this morning everywhere, and because of the fact that I'm going to get soaked no matter where I go, I may as well go to a place I've not been to before. So I'm going to go to Bolton Parkrun. I've been there before quite a few times actually to race my mountain bike, but usually in the summertime. But today it's going to be that bad. I've actually brought a change of clothes with me because I'm going to see my mum in hospital later. And I've got towels, a change of clothes. I'm going to get absolutely soaked. I might even run in a waterproof jacket actually, but it'll be a slow one again, like it was last week in Julie Doom. Anyway, it'll be Parkrun 111, and I think it will be my 67th tourist parkrun. So I'm thinking about how do I get to 100 before my birthday next year, but I won't. It'll probably be 100 tourist parkruns maybe by next August, September I reckon. That'll be nice to get that 100. It's probably about another 15 or 20 I can do which aren't too far from home, not mega distance. And then I'm really like to start scraping the barrel and tacking a tourist parkrun onto weekends away and things like that. Anyway, as usual I'm running late. What's it, 7:52 now? It's quite warm, it's 7 degrees, so by comparison with last week, -5, it's decent. But yeah, I'm just not looking forward to getting wet. I hate getting wet. I'd rather be cold than being wet. Anyway, stop complaining, Andy. I'll see you on the next clip. Cheers. Okay, it's what time is it? 7:57. It's flipping dark. It's still dark. Ridiculous. 2 more weeks and we'll be into the shortest day of the year. Then we can look forward to lighter mornings and lighter evenings. It takes ages though, doesn't it? Anyway, the amount of stuff that's in my boot is ridiculous. I've got cagoule, I've got a change of clothes, I've got towels. Okay, this is it. 8:05. The weather's horrible, as you can see. Loads of spray. The rain's not that bad at the moment, so according to the BBC, the weather forecast is for heavy rain for the next 4 hours. So that'll be great. I've got a change of clothes with me, I've got towels, I've got a waterproof jacket, I've got carrier bags, and I think there's a changing rooms for the sports club at this location, Bolton Parkrun, because it's actually also an athletics club, because there is a track there as well. But I've only been there before to race my mountain bike, as I might have said before, about 3 or 4 times. But it's always in May, so the weather's usually quite good. This is pretty horrible. But it's a tourist parkrun. I can tick it off. Number 67, I think it is. And then I'll go and see my mum afterwards in hospital. And she's looking much better now. Been in there for a week. Looking like she will be discharged on Monday. Hooray! Back into the care home where she feels most at home, as it were. So what are we up to now? I think I'll get there about 8:30, but which is normal for me, getting there at 8:30, but I won't be doing a warm-up, but what is the point? I'll probably just sit in the car and check the weather forecast. Yeah, the weather's getting worse. Look at it now. Just went through a massive puddle then, by the way. I was on the M60 before, and I went through a puddle I couldn't even see, it was so dark, and the whole car had slewed to the side. And this car weighs 1.8 tonnes. It's got 300 kilos worth of lithium batteries in the boot, because it's a hybrid. Anyway, here we are, Bolton Parkrun. Doesn't look very welcoming, does it? It's absolutely flipping horrible. The roads are flooded. Just driven past a sign that says weather warning, high winds, heavy rain on a signboard next to the road. Marvellous. Now, with my experience of doing quite a few mountain bike races around here, I think what I could do is I could go down here. In fact, I also marshalled for the midweek mountain bike race series in July. The reason why I marshalled was because I had a running race a few days afterwards. Right, so if you go down here, look at this flipping place. Go down here. I wonder whether this place is going to be open, because if it is, I'll be able to get changed there, because I'm definitely going to get soaked. I could get changed in here, in this building here. That's definitely worth considering. Very, very nice. So on days like these, I think to myself, why am I here? Okay, this is just ridiculous. It's 8:51. I'm not doing a warm-up. I've managed to move my car to a spot very close to the leisure centre, which is literally, I don't know, 150, 200 yards from the parkrun start. So at least when I'm soaked a bit later on, I can get changed in the dry. I'm going to do the parkrun. I'm going to do it in my flipping cagoule. I don't care. But I'm not doing it in waterproof trousers though. So I'm going to get soaked. My legs are going to be soaking wet, and my feet are going to be soaking wet. And apparently there's a part on this course called Cruella Hill. And I'm not going to know that because there's an awful climb on the mountain bike course for the racing that I do. That'll be the same thing. Nice. This is going to be a slow, wet, miserable, eventful, but strangely wonderful parkrun. And when I come in, I'm soaking wet. I managed to get myself changed and dried off. I've got loads of towels with me. Apparently I'm going to feel absolutely elated. All those endorphins pushing around my body. According to the guy from the leisure centre anyway, he said you'll feel great at the end of it. I'm not convinced. Okay, now I'm just walking to the start. As I said before, no warm-up. Oh, it's an absolute mud bath on this grass. Oh my God. And the start must be over that hill. Good God, my feet are soaking wet already. I've only walked about 50 feet. My feet are soaking wet. This is awful. Okay, there's the start. Look at the weather. It's absolutely horrendous. Oh my God. Look at this. Check out that river. Flipping heck.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, Marshall.
Thank you.
It's absolutely flooded. Look at that. This is a path. It was a path and now it's a river. Good grief. Here they come, heroes. Well done. Now, this is weird. I actually marshalled here for one of the mountain bike races in I think it was July. The river, you could have ridden across. In fact, you do ride across it as part of the course. You come down here. You literally go up the other side there, other side of the bridge. Look at it now. Ridiculous. Well done. These paths aren't too bad by comparison with some of them. Look at that. Literally completely flooded. Skillfully avoiding the huge puddle there. This isn't parkrun, this is cross country. Winter cross country course. This is called Cruella Hill. I remember this in the mountain bike race. Look at this water here. Talk about inspiration. We're all legends. Right, we're on the last lap currently. It still involves all that mud, that river. In fact, one of those paths is like a river. And that lady up front is Bolton and stuff. And we're sort of doing a wingman thing
But well, I've been trying to dry the lens out on my camera, which is cleared off, which is understandable. I didn't realise how slow I was. Thank you, Marshall. Here we go. Another massive puddle. Oh my goodness. How are you doing, Elizabeth? We're just troopers, aren't we, really? Legends! Oh, that we're completely stupid. Smart for the camera. Camera shy. I've got this puddle. I think I went through it now. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. It's absolutely insane. Here she comes. Here she comes, Elizabeth, on the last 500 metres. Well done. Okay, last 75 metres. Got a water there. What's this? Very fast, isn't it? Well done. Finally. I apologise if the film quality isn't very good, but that's because the camera and the phone are absolutely soaking wet. So I've done it. I was 95th. I think it's about 120 today. But there was a lady who's been here many times today, and she said to me, this is the worst she's ever known it. So what a memorable day then. Fantastic. Get absolutely soaked. My feet, I can hardly feel my feet. In fact, they're not too bad now, but they were really bad after about 1 kilometre. So, it isn't actually, the weird thing now is it's not raining that hard, but it has been, and that's why the course is absolutely flipping soaked. Okay, so I'm walking back to the car now, but some of those puddles were absolutely mad. I'm so glad I ran in that cagoule. I was only going slow. I think my partner was another 38er. 38.20 last week. And I forgot to stop the watch again as I came through the timing bar. I think I didn't turn it off for about another minute. Doesn't matter, does it really? It's another tourist park run. Oh dear me, where am I going now? That's over there. Okay, right, I'm going to get myself a coffee, but first I've got to change out of these wet clothes into something more human. Changing rooms. It's warm, dry, and I can get changed. So this is my gear, look at that, absolutely flipping soaked. Soaking wet shoes. Feet, socks, nice. A wet, sweaty mess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change into my spare set of clothes, and I'm going to go buy a coffee from the charity coffee wagon. Okay, I am so grateful to the people at the leisure centre for letting me use the changing rooms, because I wouldn't be able to get changed in any humane way if it hadn't been for them. So thank you to Leverhulme Park Leisure Centre. I was going to go for a coffee to the charity coffee van, but guess what? Just driven off, so I can't do that. So I'll probably just go to the hospital now and see my mother. But am I glad I did that park run? Well, I think that's a 50-50. That was ridiculous. I mean, some of those puddles must have been 4 inches deep. I don't like running in those conditions, because if it's rocky, and some of them were rocky trails, you don't really know what your foot's gonna land on. If it's like a rock there, you could go over on your ankle. As I was saying about Cheadle Park run last week, I don't want to injure myself, do I? Especially since I've got the Tatton 10K in exactly 7 days' time. So you could say that my 38-minute park run today is a sort of a taper run, can't you? I'm in my tapering week. I did an interval session on Thursday, about 7k, which was a 10-minute warm-up, 8 400s, 45-second rest, and my average pace was between 4:55 and 4:30 in the end. So I'm pleased with that. And I'm looking forward to the Tatton 10k, because the forecast for next Saturday is dry, cloudy, which is fine, 9 degrees, no wind. I'll take it. Okay, I'm on my way home after my Bolton Parkrun. I've been to see my mother in hospital on the way back. All looking good. She's hopefully going to be discharged on Monday. In terms of Bolton Parkrun, even though the conditions today were pretty grisly, I think that even if you went in optimal conditions, you know, in say spring or something, and it was dry, it's quite a challenging course. It's very undulating. There's a crazy hill in there called what they call Gruelling Hill, and that is one I remember from my mountain bike racing. But it's a lovely park, so it's certainly picturesque. Parking's free, and obviously there's the leisure centre there, so that would mean, I would imagine, you can get yourself a coffee there. In fact, there was a little a coffee van there, as you know, that I was going to go to, but by the time I got changed they'd disappeared. But yeah, very, very nice, very friendly and welcoming volunteers. Incredible really, standing out in all that rain. Almost as, they probably ended up being almost as wet as we did by the time they were finished. So that's quite tough, that, being a volunteer. I've done that actually in the winter, and it's really, really quite challenging. You certainly get very cold anyway. So anyway, heading home after another parkrun number 111, and I think tourist parkrun number 67. So all good. Thanks for your support, and I will see you on the next video.